Our Business Technology, your locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Contact them at 844-POWER-BZ or visit them at powercopiers.com. Here's your host, Scott Marsh, alongside the high flyer, Henry Turner.
And a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome into game night right here, Sacktown Sports 1140. Yours truly coming to you from the University Credit Union Center here in Davis, where if you were just listening to 1140, the Aggies blowing out the Keel Haulers of Cal Maritime 109-46. Doubleheader of basketball for you today as the Kings are down in L.A. to take on the Lakers. Scott Marsh with the high flyer, Henry Turner. I believe the high flyer is ready. I can see him in studio. We will get him ready to go. Of course, it's been a turbulent weekend in Kingsland. We know what happened yesterday as I was getting ready to fill in on the Drive Guys at 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The news broke at about 1:45 that afternoon that the Kings had let go of Mike Brown. We later find out that Doug Christie was going to be the interim head coach. Took phone calls for 4 hours. The high flyer came in for a couple of hours as we broke everything down. And Henry's, we've had now a little over 24 hours to digest everything going on with the Sacramento Kings. Give me your thoughts if you've had a little bit of time to reflect and digest.
Time to move on. We got a game to play.
We do. That is true. But obviously, the big news is still the focus of everybody's mindset of what's going on, right?
You know what, Scooter, why? I mean, Mike Brown's gone. He's not coming back. We got a game to play. So it's on to the next, baby. I mean, it's unfortunate. We don't, nobody wants to see anybody lose their job. But at this particular point, we got to move on.
Is that your way of saying you don't want to talk about it?
I mean, what else is there to be said? I mean, it's over with, bro. It's over with. I thought about it. We talked about it for hours yesterday.
We did. That's true.
And we getting ready to play a game.
All right. Fair enough. Let's talk about how the Kings respond tonight then. Obviously, Mike Brown is out. Doug Christie is in. Doug Christie is speaking to the media right now. Unfortunately, we're not going to have access to that audio. We will hear him in the postgame for the first time on our airwaves. But what do you think is going through Doug Christie's mind right now? Obviously, he has taken over as head coach for a couple of games before.
Yes.
This is a totally different scenario unless something unforeseen happens, which, as we know in the NBA, it can always happen. We saw what happened yesterday. Doug Christie most likely is going to be the coach of the Kings for the remaining 51 games, any playoff games, and who knows from there. What's going through his mind right now?
I'm pretty sure he has a lot, Scott, because this was something that, none of us thought was going to happen. I mean, we seen that it was getting rocky and there was a lot of tension. But, it's hard for you to be assistant coach and say, okay, I'm about to prepare to be the head coach. You never know. So I don't see Doug doing that. But now that he's had a day, you get thrust into the situation, you get thrusted into the moment. Now it's all about, okay, what can you do? Because this is the situation. You have to coach this team, and you got to go out and try to find a better way, a better product to put out there on the floor in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, obviously it was a rough stretch for the Ags for the Kings. I've still got UC Davis on the mind after just calling that game. Rough stretch for the Kings, losing those 5 home games. The team has to move on as well. What do you think is going through the players' collective mindset right now as they get ready to take on the Lakers? Everybody knows it's a business. We all understand that. Right. But as you know as a player too, you're human beings. You react. You have emotions.
You're a human, you react. You have emotions. I think all of that stuff was done yesterday, Scott, because, when you walk into an arena, it's almost like status quo. You understand you have a game to play. They're all professionals. I'm pretty sure everybody has been cut once in their lives on that team. You've seen coaches come and go. You've seen players come and go. So it's a part of the business, but the main thing is you have a game tonight. You have to play. You have to get prepared. And now you have to be even more mentally in tune because the head coach ain't there.
Yeah, that is certainly the case there. Whoops, did I lose you? Try that again. Sorry about that. I know you could hear me. I couldn't hear myself, so my apologies on that one. For tonight, do you expect to see any changes in terms of lineup changes? Anything like that in game one with Doug Christie?
No. Like I said, less than 24 hours, you can't change anything. You're gonna have to roll out there. You might be able to say, okay, fellas, let's try to simplify some things. But you can't make changes in just less than 24 hours to an offense, to a defense, to an offensive scheme, a defensive scheme. Right now, you're going to roll out what you have, what Mike's been doing, and hopefully the guys are going to be a little bit more efficient at what they do.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Doug Christie coaches this game. Obviously, there's been a lot of thought about the rotation and what it's looked like under Mike Brown. It'll be really interesting to see if Doug Christie locks in on a set rotation here over the next few games.
Yeah, next few games, Scott, yes, no doubt. Tonight, I seriously doubt it. All this is new. It's fresh. And right now, it's like, okay, let's go out here and let's try to win. You just can't come out on your first night and say, you know what, I'm just totally changing the starting five completely. No, that's asinine. You got to work your way into this and then try to figure out what's best to do for the team.
Yeah, no doubt. Lots of things going on. And oh, by the way, they're taking on the Lakers tonight for the fourth and final time, a team they've had zero success with. So that does not make it any easier, High Flyer.
No, it don't. It really doesn't. Because, this is a situation where, Scott, the Kings aren't trying to throw away the season. They're not trying to totally reboot. They're not trying to say, okay, well, next year. They still want to try to salvage this year and try to make something happen. So, you really have to find solutions, and you have to find them quickly.
Yeah, we'll have a full injury report for this game. Anthony Davis, of course, twisting his ankle earlier in the week. He's not going to play tonight. LeBron James, a lot of speculation on him and his health. So we'll get into that throughout the broadcast. Lots of things to consider here tonight. The Kings' first game under interim coach Doug Christie as they try to turn around what's been a 5-game losing streak, all of them at home. This one on the road tonight in Los Angeles before the Kings come back home. They'll have 3 more straight at home. Dallas, then you have the 76ers on New Year's Day, followed by the Memphis Grizzlies next Friday night. We'll get into that and a lot more around the league and everything else going on. It's game night. It's coming to you live right here on Sacktown Sports 1140.
De'Aaron Fox plays here.
Stolen by Fox. Breakaway coming up for De'Aaron. And a simple, casual spike to the left hand. The Kings lead by 3.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
The new year is a great time for reflection, to appreciate all the good things in your life and to prepare your resolutions, or bucket list as I like to call it. 2025 would be the perfect time to introduce someone new to the game of golf. Let them in on the fun. Or if you've never played, it's a wonderful time to start. Maybe go to a driving range, maybe take an introductory lesson. Or if you're an established golfer, maybe you want to get fitted for a new set of golf clubs. Maybe you want to take some refresher lessons to sharpen up your game. Consider a golf getaway, either with your significant other or a group of buddies. It's a great way to play new courses, eat some tasty new foods, and certainly laugh a lot with your friends. If you normally use a golf cart, consider walking with a push cart, or maybe even lightening your bag and carrying your clubs. Go back and play where you played your first round of golf or your all-time favorite round. Remember why you play the game and how much it means to you. Leave the course in better condition than you found it. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com. Number one based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sold on report.
It's time now for your 49ers injury report, brought to you by Jeremy Winter, attorney at law. He cares because he's been there. Deebo Samuels exited early in the third quarter, but was able to return on the next drive. Deebo had a great game, had 7 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown, but it wasn't enough as the 49ers lose to Miami 29-17. San Francisco falls to 6-9 on the year and are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Next up for the Niners, it's Detroit.
Serious accident. You deserve the law offices of Jeremy Winter. 877-637-3237. Jeremy lost his mother in a car accident and knows firsthand the pain caused by tragedy. That is why he became an attorney to fight for others who are going through a tragedy. If you've been seriously injured in an accident, you deserve more. You deserve better. You deserve Jeremy Winter. 877-637-3237.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. It's Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Good Guys Heating and Cooling. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Welcome back into game nights. Sacktown Sports 1140. Scott Marsh along with the High Flyer Henry Turner. I'm coming to you live from the University Credit Union Center in Davis. Again, UC Davis basketball just wrapping up. They defeated Cal Maritime 109-46 to end out 2024. The Kings take on the Lakers. The fourth and final game between these two teams, all being done in 2024. They will not play each other in 2025. And, of course, it hasn't gone well for the Kings. They lost there in the first week of the season after an incredible fourth quarter from LeBron James to start it, Anthony Davis closing it out, and then those 2 tough losses at home last week. We saw those. The first game, not really close. The second game went down to the wire before the Lakers prevailed in that one. Obviously, Doug Christie, his first true game as the interim head coach. He's filled in before, but now he's going to have the team for what looks like to be the remainder of the season. High Flyer, what do the Kings need to do differently tonight against the Lakers? They haven't had any success so far.
Wow. I mean, Scott, I wish I could say, because, that's one, that's one of the main reasons why I say, NBA is really about what have you done for me lately? Because last year the Kings had the Lakers number. They were able to go into LA and win and come back to G1C and really dominate the Lakers. But what difference a year makes? It's not the same team and it's not the same outcome, but you do still have the same 2 major guys that's playing for the Lakers. And the Sacramento Kings really hasn't had an answer for LeBron or AD at any particular time this year. Both of those guys have had their way. And then when you have the auxiliary guys to kick in, Rui Hachimura had a very nice game against us. And then you bring in D'Lo had a very nice game the last time they were in G1C, both games. So right now it's going to be tough. Don't know who's playing, who's not playing, who's going to be available for the Lakers. But I look at it and say, okay, everybody is. Of course, it starts with LeBron. It ends with AD. But I think it's more so, can the Kings keep the others down? D'Lo, Hachimura, Dalton Connect, those type players.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's been a truly a team effort. And one of the things certainly that has hurt the Kings, not just against the Lakers, we've seen it against many teams, it's just, the height inside and getting out rebounded. And that was really apparent in the first game here at home. The Kings got out rebounded by double digits by the Lakers. And that's something they've got to do a better job collectively on the glass tonight.
Oh, no doubt, Scooter. That's been the mantra the whole year. Because, the Kings elected to play small ball. When you look at the lineup, that's what they have to do. We got a very small lineup. But with that being said, we've talked about this time and time again, Scott. If you're going to play small ball, there's certain things you have to do in that situation. You have to gang rebound. You can't put all the onus on one guy to do all the rebounding. So Bonus can have a hell of a night rebounding, and the Kings will still lose by double digits in the rebounding department. Other people have to help out. all the guards have to come back. Small forwards have to come back. You have to gain rebound in order to get that ball and get out in transition, and hopefully that gives you a chance to win.
Yeah, no doubt. And something that will give the Kings a better chance of winning. We have confirmed LeBron James is going to miss the game tonight with an illness. J.J. Redick confirming that. So Gabe Vincent, who is from this area, the Stockton area, is going to start in James's place. And obviously that will change the equation dramatically tonight for Sacramento.
Right. Jay Vincent, very good player. Don't think that you could take him lightly.
No, but he's not LeBron James, of course.
No, but I'm saying, but we've seen what Jay Vincent can do with Miami. We've seen what he can do with LA. He's a very good player. And that's the thing, Scott. Okay, we understand. One of the best players of all time possibly will not be on the floor tonight, but that don't mean you can underestimate the next guy that's going to come in and fill in for him, because that's where you get lost at. The Kings cannot, they cannot ill afford to say, "Whew, okay, LeBron's not there. We're gonna win this game." No, you got to come in with the exact same mindset as if LeBron is still on that floor.
Well, of course, for that. And there's no game that the Kings can take for granted. We know that after what's been going on at home. Gabe Vincent certainly is an excellent three-point shooter, no question about that. But the game certainly changes without LeBron on the floor, and the matchups will certainly change as well.
True, no doubt. I mean, Gabe Vincent isn't going to be the powerhouse that LeBron is as far as, running down the floor, running down guys, blocking shots, bully balling his way to the rim. No, it's not going to be that by any means necessary, but he's still a guy that's able to put up some numbers if you give him time. So, no, he's not going to have a LeBron James type game, but you cannot let him come out and have a LeBron James type night as far as scoring and rebounding.
No doubt. All right. And I think tonight, regardless of anything else going on, is really about the Kings based on all the things that's been swirling around with them and what happened yesterday and obviously the homestand and all of that. Mm-hmm. When you watch the last 5 games at home, is there any common denominator, anything that the Kings, in your mind, must change in terms of getting themselves back in the winning column?
Late game execution, Scott. Late game execution has been terrible for the Sacramento Kings. And, I went on record saying the last 3 minutes of probably all of those games, it seemed like the Kings, they wasn't playing the game to win. They were playing the game not to lose. Everything got stagnant the last 3 minutes. Either when the Kings were up or even when it was down, the last 3 minutes seemed like the wheels fall off.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think the thing of many things that have been hard to figure out about this Kings team, that might be the most confusing one, because again, the trade for DeMar in part was because he's such a late game closer. You look at the clutch points, he's been tops in the league. We know De'Aaron is one of the top clutch players in the league. You put that combo together and include Malik Monk in that as well, and you would think that would be one of the absolute strengths of this Kings team. And in clutch games decided by 5 points or less, they're 3-12. They're 2-6 in games decided by 3 points or less. I can't make any sense out of that.
Scooter, the only thing that I could say that would kind of make some sense about that situation is that when we get down to late game execution, I think instead of the Kings just keep running the basketball like they does, and then the way they play, they slow down. And whenever the Kings slow the ball down, it's not a good outcome. So I think whether they're up, whether they're down, keep pushing the basketball, because that's how they play at their best.
Yeah, no doubt. And I wonder why they get into that funk in those stages of the games. It's a little bit of a mystery to figure out, and hopefully it's something they can certainly put together, because late game execution has been a real challenge, because to the point, for the most part, they've been in most of these games that they've been losing.
And, Scooter, I think a lot of it is nerves too, not wanting to lose the game. But I'm sorry, if you're playing a certain way and that gets you back into the game, and up-tempo is your style, when you're up 14 and it's like 3 minutes left, okay, I understand you're playing against the clock, but don't stop playing your game. When you stop playing your game, you're playing right into your adversary's hands, because you're a fast up-tempo team. Now you're playing half court. Now you're walking the ball up. You're taking bad shots, right? You're turning the basketball over. We're coming down scoring. You only up 14. A couple of three-point shots. That's why the three-point weapon is so big in the NBA. You can be up 14 with 2 minutes left or 3 minutes left and still lose the basketball game, because if they come down and hit 3 threes in a row, it's another ball game.
Yeah, and we've seen that. Obviously, Malik Beasley, we saw that on Thursday night. We saw that in the first game of the homestand with Jamal Murray throwing the joker as well late in the game. All those threes proved to be too much for Sacramento. And you're right. It's the three-pointer is the equalizer late in games. And the Kings, as we know, have not been a good three-point shooting team late.
Right. And it's so funny, Scooter, because, right now we're having this conversation among, upper brassmen in the league saying, okay, we're shooting too many threes as a league. Well, I'm sorry. The three-point shot is the number one weapon in the NBA. What are you going to do about that? There's nothing you can do about, a lot of teams shooting threes. And then when you look at three-point percentage, the Boston Celtics are shooting the most three-pointers of anybody else in the NBA. And guess what? They're the champs. So something is working from the three-point line.
That's for sure. All right, we've got to get to the break. When we come back, we'll continue to break things down. It is a new start for the Kings with Doug Christie as head coach. Mike Brown is out. Kings 13-18, trying to salvage their season, trying to get back in a playoff run here, trying to get something done against the Lakers. They cannot win the season series regardless. The Lakers will have that regardless of tonight's outcome. The Lakers are 17-13. They're a good home team. They're 9-4. They're without LeBron James. We're still awaiting the full injury report to see if AD is going to play. There was rumor that Rory Hachimura may be out as well. Some excellent news for the Kings. Sabonis, who did not play with illness on Thursday, will play tonight for Sacramento. That will certainly help the Kings' cause. This is Game Night. It's being brought to you by Power Business Technology. Experience for yourself how the Power Family can help you with all your business copier needs. Give them a call today, 1-844-POWER-BZ, or go to powercopiers.com. More Game Night right here, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Xfinity here. How can we help?
Yeah, there are so many football games streaming this season. Can Xfinity Internet handle it?
Oh, we know the game is only live once, so we built a network with all-pro speeds and low lag so you don't miss a snap.
So I can yell, "He's open!" when he's actually open?
Yeah, but the quarterback still can't hear you.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and TV and enjoy instant access to your favorite live sports with the Xfinity Stream app. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed. Streaming content limited to the U.S. Programming subject to change.
Hey, it's time to open up your calendar app for some incredible live events coming your way. This is the Sacktown Sports Live Events Calendar, bringing you the hottest shows in town. Kick off 2025 with country superstars Dylan Scott and Jackson Dean. They're hitting the stage at Thunder Valley on January 10th for a night of hot country hits. Then on January 11th, laugh until your sides hurt with comedy legend Bill Engvall. He's performing live at Thunder Valley, a show you won't want to miss. And the one and only Justin Timberlake is bringing electrifying energy to the Golden One Center on January 15th. This is your chance to see an icon in action. For a more intimate vibe, catch Bryce Vine at Ace of Spades on January 25th. It'll be an unforgettable night of alternative hip-hop. And finally, looking ahead to February 20th, Old 60 lights up Ace of Spades with their unique blend of rock and soul. Get your tickets now because these shows will sell out fast. For details and updates, visit sacktownsports.com. And stay tuned. This is your ticket to the best live entertainment in the 916, the Sacktown Sports Live Events Calendar.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system? You were a bit surprised at how much it cost, or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs proper to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPfest.com. It's Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Good Guys Heating and Cooling. Find out more at CITPfest.com.
Welcome back into Game Night right here, Sacktown Sports, 1140. Scott Marsh along with the high flyer, Henry Turner. Game Night being brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Check out their full line of luxury vehicles at mbfstockton.com. Kings and Lakers tonight. First chance for Doug Christie as head coach of the Sacramento Kings. If you're wondering about the mood right now within the team, we can give you a couple of quotes. Malik Monk spoke earlier today. His quote was, "All the vibes are high. Everybody's happy. Everybody is ready to play tonight." Sabonis, who is healthy tonight and feeling better, he said, quote, "I got here and went right onto the court. We're all focused on winning the game. We obviously know we have not been performing at our best. We have to do a better job. Me, as one of the leaders of the team, I got to make sure that happens. We got to win all the games that we can." As for Fox, he said, "We were talking about in-game stuff, what we would do towards the end of games. Definitely didn't know that little conversation that's really normal would have been the last one with him as a head coach, talking about Brown's dismissal, saying he didn't really know that during the practice time with that." So those are some of the quotes from the players. Doug Christie, trying to keep things light today as well, was rapping along to the lyrics of Ice Cube's "It Was a Good Day" on Saturday morning throughout the gym at USC, where the team did their shoot-around today at the Galen Center, which is, high flyers very close to crypto.com.
Right. And that's like I said earlier on, Scooter, nobody wants to see anybody lose their job, but it's a part of the NBA. It's a part of the deal that we sign up for. And, it's not one of those things where you could just sit there and just, why this happened? And, okay, when woulda, coulda, shoulda. Yeah, you can do that at the end of the year, right?
Yep.
At the end of the year, your coach get let go. Okay, you could do that until you got to go back to camp. But we're in the midst of still trying to salvage a season. So it's no time to say, woulda, coulda, shoulda, because it's like, all right, fellas, on to the next. We got to play a game tonight, and hopefully we can get a win, because we done already tossed away, the pretty much the matchup with them, because they're up 3-0 right now.
Yeah, we can't catch them in terms of any tiebreakers, but
Right.
obviously any Pacific Division and Western Conference win is huge, no doubt about that. And it's the Lakers on top of it, so that has extra meaning regardless. The Kings right now are sitting 12th in the Western Conference. They're 13-18. They're behind the Warriors, who are 15-15. The Suns are 15-15. The Spurs 16-15. The Lakers are 17-13. So again, we're not even halfway into the season yet. There's still plenty of time for the Kings to turn this thing around.
No doubt. But it's got to be now, Scooter. They have to start winning now. We felt that way 4 or 5 games ago when the homestand started. We said, okay, Kings that got back to 500, it was kind of like a reset. We had even kill. We had all these games at home. Now we can make a move. That didn't happen. We didn't drop 5 games. So, yes, winning a basketball game is definitely at a premium.
Yeah, no doubt. And I want to promote, too, because coming up in Kings Live pregame, which you'll be doing with Jason Ross and the G-Man, who is at crypto.com, will be a part of it, too. He did have a chance to interview Doug Christie, a little over 5-minute interview with DC. So that'll be running during the Kings Live pregame show tonight. Everybody's going to want to tune in to hear that. So that's a good tease for upcoming in about a half hour or so. Our first talk, the G-Man with Doug Christie, since taking over as head coach. And, and the one thing we know undoubtedly, High Flyer, about Doug Christie, regardless of anything else that happens, he is going to have a positive attitude. No doubt about that. I don't know if there's a more positive guy I've met than Doug Christie.
Oh, no doubt. And DC knows. He's been in this situation before. It hasn't been to a detriment of the coach getting fired, but it was a situation to where the coach was sick. He was out for a while. DC had to step in, and DC had to win a basketball game. So when you look at it on that aspect, he's done this before. It's just going to be for a longer period of time.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Doug is certainly well positioned to handle this type of change, and it's a great opportunity for him too. Doug Christie has always wanted to be a head coach in this league, and that's when he moved over from being a broadcaster with us and being on the TV broadcast for the Kings for a while. He took a job as an assistant coach. His long-term goal is to be a head coach in this league. He's getting it now. I'm sure it's not under the circumstances that were most ideal to him, but at the end of the day, High Flyer, it's an opportunity for Doug Christie, and it's in his hometown of Sacramento.
Right. It's an opportunity for him, Scooter. But then, you really have to go back to what it is in the totality. It's your job, bro.
Yeah,
this is your job. So, yes, he gets the head coaching job, but it's a part of it. Like I said, even if it was, let's say, if Mike Brown got sick or if Mike Brown got suspended, this would be part of his job. It would still be the exact same thing. So, I do see Doug looking at this as a serious chance to show what he can do. And then, he wants to be successful out there. We know Doug hates to lose. He's definitely a competitor. So he's going to do everything within his power to make this basketball team better.
There's no doubt about that. And again, in the history of the Kings in Sacramento, there may not have been a better defensive player than Doug Christie. And we'll see from that end with this team. Again, Gary Gerald talking with him. It'll be interesting to hear that conversation coming up in Kings Live pregame. We can't presuppose what Doug Christie may or may not do differently tonight or in the next few games at this point. Henry, I'll just simply ask you, if you were in a similar situation and you were currently the head coach of the Kings where things are at, what would be 1, 2, maybe 3 things you would possibly change right away?
The one thing that I would even ask from the guys, and knowing Doug the way I do, he's going to do the exact same thing. Just get the energy and the effort back. That's going to be the main thing. I mean, X's are X's, O's are O's, but they need to get the energy back. They need to get the effort. They need to start feeling good about playing basketball, get their mind straight on that side, and then you can start implementing other little things to where you say, okay, we can be better at this or better at that.
Yep, no doubt about it. All right, it is the Lakers tonight. We should focus on them a little bit. We don't have their entire starting lineup yet. We'll hopefully have that by the next segment for our injury report. We do know LeBron James isn't playing. They're 17-13. Henry, at this point, 30 games through, did you expect the Lakers to be in this spot right now at 17-13, sixth in the West?
No. I actually had them a little bit further down because I'm definitely not a component on believing in what the Lakers have put out there as a basketball team, but I do understand that you have 2 of the best players in the NBA on your roster. So when you got both of those guys engaged, such as LeBron and AD, you're going to always be able to be in a game, but are you going to always be able to win? The Lakers every year looks at the situation as championship or bust. Are they a championship team in my eye? No way, no how. Are they going to win some basketball games? Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. And, one player we haven't talked about a lot, we mentioned D'Lo, who certainly played well in Sacramento, but Austin Reeves has been a good third person for this Lakers team.
Yeah, LeBron has put a lot of trust into Austin Reeves early on, and getting the confidence from LB, Austin Reeves has been able to play some good basketball, but the Lakers need help. The onus is always going to be on LeBron James until he's not in a Lakers uniform. He's going to be their alpha, their number one. But the other guys got to understand is that he can't get it done by himself. The other guys have to be able to help. You said it, Diva. You said it, D'Lo, Austin Reeves,
Hachimura's played
yes,
well. Yeah.
Yes.
Connect has been good.
Connect has come off the bench and knocked down shots. They're going to need players like that to actually, win basketball games. Like I said, I definitely don't think that lineup nor that roster is a championship roster. No. But like I said, they will be able to compete and win some games.
Yeah, and speaking of health, Devin Carter, as we know, has been fully cleared for basketball activity. It doesn't mean we're going to see him immediately in a Sacramento Kings uniform. I think we certainly will see him down in the G League, and that'll be good for him to get some run there.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, definitely would love to see what this young man can do. I mean, highly sought pick, first-round draft pick. You definitely would love to see what he can do on the basketball court.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, so all that's going on. As we go to the break, when we come back, we'll focus in on the matchups. We'll try to have the full injury report for you. The Gingery and Hammer Associates injury report is coming your way as we get you closer to the Kings and the Lakers. Kings Live pregame coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. This is Game Night. It's brought to you by the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Sacramento. This time of year, around the holidays, when we start thinking about helping out a kid in need, and certainly that includes being a mentor to a kid who is needing an outside mentor in their life, coming from a single household. You can be that person potentially. If you're interested, simply go to bbbs-sac.org, bbbs-sac.org. Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Sacramento. It's Game Night right here, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer and Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust, along with my entire team. I have been helping accident survivors recover compensation for their injuries for 25 years, and we can help you. There is no charge for calling. If you have an injury, just call Gingery.
It's football season, and Uber Eats is dropping undefeated deals on all your game day favorites. This week, score buy one, get one free 6-piece boneless wings from Buffalo Wild Wings, now on Uber Eats. Craving even more? We've got you covered with game day deals on pizza, burgers, tacos, and more all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms, taxes, and fees apply. See app for details.
Lowe's knows how to help you save time and money, no matter the job. That's why we can deliver supplies to your job site as soon as same day, so you have more time to get the job done. Because when you need it fast, we've got you covered. Lowe's knows pros. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes, placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, you got to tell me what's going on for the Wrap Up the Year sales event.
Wrap up our biggest savings of the year with up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram heavy duties. Plus, with over 400 new Rams available, including the hard-to-find heavy duties, your perfect truck is waiting at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
That's a huge selection of Rams, and that's why Hoblet's the top Ram dealer in California, Chad.
Not only do we have great deals on new Ram trucks, the Hoblet family dealers is growing with a huge selection of used cars at the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter, with over 220 vehicles available and over 45 under 20,000.
Start selecting save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 2500 tradesmen's after 10,500 factory rebates and 6,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include 3,000 Hoblet inventory coupons while supplies last, 2,000 trade-in assistance on qualifying trades, 500 upfit, 2,000 California commercial business bonus cash, business ownership, and 500 upfit required. 5% net savings. Sample VIN 357313. See dealer for details.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPfest.com. It's Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Good Guys Heating and Cooling. Find out more at CITPfest.com.
Welcome back into Game Night right here, Sacktown Sports 1140. Scott Marshall with the high flyer, Henry Turner. I'm coming to you from the University Credit Union Center here on the UC Davis campus. Again, we had Aggie basketball to start this doubleheader of basketball. The Aggies winning. We're hoping the Kings can do the same to end the 5-game losing streak that they're currently on. As we know, all 5 games coming at home. And, of course, yesterday, Mike Brown, a casualty of everything, getting fired as head coach of the Kings. Doug Christie leading this Kings squad tonight, the interim head coach for Sacramento. We'll break everything down in just a moment. It's time to get to your Gingery and Hammer injury report for tonight. And again, the Law Office of Gingery and Hammer. If you're ever in an injury, just call Gingery. For the Kings, Domantas Sabonis is back tonight. He missed the last game with illness. That is good. So the Kings have a fully healthy roster, which is fantastic. As for the Lakers in this one, LeBron James is definitely out with illness. The latest we can find at this moment is Anthony Davis is questionable with the ankle injury sustained on Christmas Day in the game against Golden State. Nothing official on him yet. So we'll continue to try and find that one for you. But obviously, high flyer, whether AD plays or not tonight is going to be a huge difference in this game tonight.
No. If AD is not there, then yes, a huge difference. No LeBron, no AD. You shouldn't have to be worried about getting out rebound. Sabonis is back. You got your full squad with you. Yeah, should make for a total different ball game.
I don't know one way or the other, but I am going to suspect that Anthony Davis is going to play tonight. If we haven't heard something beforehand at this point, my gut feeling is that he's going to give it a go.
I would think so, seeing that LB is out. I don't think the Lakers are, that arrogant to think that they can roll out a basketball team without LB or AD and think that they're going to beat the Sacramento Kings team. Even with the Kings struggling the way they are, I don't think they're that arrogant looking at Sacramento saying, oh, well, it's just a for sure win.
No doubt about it. Obviously, it's a different look tonight, regardless without LeBron James. We understand that. But in terms of the matchups tonight for Sacramento, what do they need to do differently? I mean, it's 0 for 3 right now against the Lakers.
Wow. I really thought that we lost the game in the backcourt. I felt like the guards had their way with our guards. I thought D'Lo had a huge impact. I felt that, Connect didn't really have a big game. But, Rui picked up and played well. AD and LeBron, the first game LeBron went crazy. Okay, we have to give him that. He went crazy. And then the second game, AD stepped up. He played solid, but it was the others that really helped out. So I would say more main so of knowing that LeBron James isn't going to be on the floor. The guards really going to have to take care of their business and be able to take care of the Lakers guards.
Yeah, no doubt. The latest we've heard on Anthony Davis, full intention to play, is working out pregame. So that, to me, sounds like he's going to give it a go tonight. D'Angelo Russell also available tonight. It's the latest we have heard.
Okay. All right.
So, as you know, if you see people working out pregame, as we see at Golden One Center a lot, that usually is the best indication they're going to go. Not always perfect, but usually the case. You
know what I do, Scooter, and I'm going to give up my secret.
Yep.
When I look at guys working out, I look right down at their shoes and I look and see if their ankles are taped.
Yep.
If your ankles are taped, you're going.
You're playing. You're not taping your ankle.
Hardly anybody goes through a full ankle tape, both ankles, and not play out there on the basketball court.
Yep, that's true. All right. Well, let's assume that AD is going tonight for the Lakers. I think that is at least a fair assumption to make right now. We've talked about some of the other breakdowns, and I did mention Austin Reeves earlier. He's been good against the Kings. He was also great last time out. His last game, he had a triple-double, third in his career, 26 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. He's a guy, as you mentioned, LeBron loves to play with him, but LeBron won't be out there tonight, so that could significantly affect his game also.
It could, because now he might feel like he has a little bit more pressure to give a good showing out there and being able to give his team something extra. But if I'm the Sacramento Kings, I'm still looking at those guys as big time contributors, because you can't let a guy like Austin Reeves come off and have a triple double with or without LeBron. You know, you can't let the extras have those type of games and thinking that you're going to be able to compete.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Henry, you've been a part of teams and where coaches have been let go during a season. Take us into the mindset of the locker room and with the players and the feeling in the mood. What do you think is going on amongst the players right now as they prepare for this game and the thought process right there?
You know, I can't tell you this. You know, players look at the situation the exact same way that we did. You know, I mean, we understand it's a business, but then again, it's a livelihood also. You know, you don't want to see your coach get fired, but on the third side of that, we got a game to play. And I'm pretty sure those guys and the leaders in that locker room has came together and said, okay, fellas, everybody know what happened. All right. We had a chance to, you know, think about it and mull it over all day yesterday. We knew on the plane ride here to LA. Now we have a basketball game. We have to go out and we still have to continue to try to win games. It's over with, put it behind us. That's why it's next man up, flush it mentality in the NBA. You know, you really don't have time to sit there and really go over things and pout and say, okay, well, you know, I just want to linger in this for a while. You don't have time. You got to move on.
Yep, you got to move on, and the Kings are certainly in that circumstance tonight. And bottom line is they need a win. I mean,
yes,
absolutely. They need a win right now, regardless of anything else going on. They've got to find a way to get a W tonight.
And you know, Scott, the only thing that's going to change the funk, the only thing that's going to, you know, change the mindset, change the feeling is a W.
No doubt. That's certainly the case. And as we know, even though the Kings have more home games, that hasn't proven to be any benefit to them at all. And the teams at home are going to be very difficult next week. It's Dallas, it's Philadelphia, who's fully healthy again. And then you have Memphis, who may be the best team in the Western Conference right next to Oklahoma City. So this part of the schedule is not easy to finish out the year.
Yeah, Scott, but that don't mean anything, bro.
That's true.
It's been difficult the whole way. You know,
That's true.
Right now and to this day, we're still saying that the Kings have to find their way. Once they find their way, then they can look down the road and say, okay, who's our opposition? If they can't get themselves out of this hole, it's no need.
True. It's all about looking within right now.
Right.
We do know Doug Christie, his first game as head coach of the Kings in an interim basis. Mike Brown out. Henry, that's going to do it for game night tonight. I know you'll be with Jason for Kings Live pregame. You'll be with the G-Man as well. As we mentioned earlier, Gary did talk to Doug Christie. We will have that interview during Kings Live pregame. You will not want to miss that. Henry, always great working with you. And
yes, sir.
Let's hope on Monday we're talking about a Kings win.
Oh, man, we need a win bad, Scott. No doubt.
We need that win. All right, that's going to do it for game night. When we come back, Jason Ross will be in studio with the High Flyer. They'll start the breakdown, everything tonight, Kings and Lakers. It's the final time these two teams tonight. The Kings at least want to get one win against the Lakers this year. LeBron James will not play tonight. We do think that Anthony Davis will. We'll get a confirmation of that coming up here shortly. Keep it tuned all evening long. We've got you covered, Kings and Lakers, and don't miss that exclusive interview, G-Man with Doug Christie, coming up here momentarily as well. It's Sacramento Kings basketball coming your way on a Saturday night right here on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Hi, this is Henry Turner, a.k.a. the High Flyer. I've done a lot of amazing things on the basketball